Hi everyone, so my name is Pratyaksh Rastogi and I am the biology faculty at APJ Academy NEET and I teach both, that is zoology and botany. So thank you so much guys for watching my videos. So I'm making this video for you all based on the chapter transport in plants. So guys, actually the very next week we are going to discuss this chapter in our next class, which will happen in the next week on Saturday. So the name of the chapter is transport in plants. It's again related to your physiology of plants, which is of class 11th. Okay, so actually we are going to discuss one by one, like what we are going to discuss in our chapter. So guys, this is the preparation. Okay, so first of all, I hope that you are preparing for your NEET exam very well. If not, then guys, please be more focused now. Please start investing your time more into your studies so that you can crack your exam with full on marks. Okay, so the name of the chapter is transportation or transport in plants, in which we will discuss how the transportation of inorganic and organic substances happen into your plants. For example, we talk about water, minerals, right? And we talk about your food, your carbohydrates, your starch, your other enzymes, your you can say plant growth regulators. So these all, they have to be transported from the different parts of the plants to the different parts, right? So basically we need some special structures in order to transport them from one place to the other. For example, if I would say that I have to transport food from the leaves of the plant to directly to the roots, so can you imagine, like in a tree it will be a very far distance. So it cannot be done by the simple diffusion, by simple transport without the expend of energy. No, even if we talk about the active transport with the expansion of energy, even it's very difficult to transport the substances for this much longer distance, right? So just in order to make it easier, the plants have special structures called xylem and phloem. Okay, so those xylem and phloem, basically xylem is responsible for transportation of water and minerals from roots to the other parts. Similarly, phloem is responsible for transportation of food and the other substances, the plant growth regulators, from leaves to the different path, right? So you can see now we have different modes of transport. We have simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion. In facilitate, so this is a picture which is showing facilitated diffusion. Let me write it over the screen. So this is the picture for your facilitated diffusion. Okay, so it occurs in your in for your shorter distances, where for example, if I would tell you, so there is a plasma membrane in every plant cell. That plasma membrane is highly selective. It means it will not allow various substances to pass through, because the plasma membrane or the cell membrane is having lipid bilayer outside, so that lipid will not allow the lipophobic molecules to pass through. So in order to pass those molecules, we have these facilitated diffusion process, in which there are special proteins which are available, like we call them as carrier proteins. So these proteins are responsible for transportation of the substances to and fro from the cell membrane. Okay, irrespective if the substance is lipophilic or lipophobic, it doesn't matter. Okay, so these are, you can see now, the proteins are basically embedded to these carrier proteins, the substances, and they are moving outside of the cell in the first diagram, like over here. Whereas the substances, they are also getting inside of the cell. So you can say transport protein, transported molecule, inner side of the cell. So they are getting from outside to the inner side and from the inner side to the outside, depending upon where the substance has to be moved. So this is the facilitated diffusion. Simply, facilitated diffusion can occur in three stages. Either either we say uniport, you can say uniport, symport, or antiport. Okay, so antiport, in antiport, the substances, they move in opposite directions. Okay, like one substance is moving from outside to inside, so other is moving from the inside to the outside. In symport, both the substances, they move in the same direction, like from outside to the inside or from the inside to the outside, but together. Uniport में a substance is moving irrespective of the direction of the movement of the other substance. Okay, so it doesn't have to do like where the other substance is moving, but the substance will be moving in their own direction. So it will basically create a turbulent flow of the movement, turbulent flow of the molecules, right? Now apart from that, you can see now this is what we have discussed: simple, facilitated and active. In active transport, you will transport the molecules from a gradient of high concentration, from a low concentration to a high concentration gradient, and you will need ATP to you will need ATP to basically facilitate the movement of the molecules. Similarly, in simple diffusion mein you do not need any carrier protein, you do not need anything. You just need to transport the molecules from outside to inside and inside to, and believe me, this is for very shorter distances. This is not responsible for the transportation of the longer distances. For longer distances, you have special structure xylem phloem for the transportation of different organic and inorganic substances. Now there are three potentials which are present in a plant. This is a part of your plant water relations chapter topic, sorry. Now we have three things: water potential, in which we are discussing about the movement of water, that water will always move from high water concentration to the low water concentration. So this is water potential. Whereas in solute potential, the water, for example, we are taking two beakers. In first beaker we have what, in both the beakers we have same volume of the water, but we have different volume of the solute. For example, in beaker A we have larger amount of solute, in beaker B we have smaller amount of solute. So it means the larger amount of solute, in that the amount of solvent respect to the solute will be low. Whereas in the beaker B, the amount of solute is less, so the amount of solvent, that is the water, is more. So the movement of water will be disturbed by the addition of the solute. Okay, so solute potential is you can say inversely proportional to your water potential. Similarly, we have pressure potential. In pressure potential, basically it describes the pressure gradient, that the water will exert a definite kind of pressure that will be that in the osmosis, whereas the molecules present, the molecules towards which the water is coming, those molecules will also exert the pressure opposite to the direction of the water molecules. That will be called as osmotic pressure. Okay, so the next thing, what we have, osmosis. So osmosis, I have told you that the water is getting moved from high concentration to low concentration gradient, and okay, so basically it's through a selectively permeable membrane. Okay, so this is osmosis. If we talk about plasmolysis, so we have three topics: hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic solutions. In hypotonic we have lesser amount of solute, in isotonic we have equal amount of solute and solvent, in hypertonic we have more amount of solute and less amount of solvent. Imbibition means that the more water is getting stored inside the seed or inside the substance, and it is leading to the dormancy of the seed. So this is the reason behind the germination of a plant and it becomes a tree. Okay, so now guys, this is the transport of the substances across the cell. So there are two types: apoplast and symplast. In apoplast we have the transportation across the wall, in symplast we have the transportation through the cell membranes itself. Okay, because in apoplast we have transportation across the walls because of the presence of the substance called suberin, which is a waxy material which prevents the entry of the water molecules to pass through, and this is present in the Casparian strips present in the perixylem. Okay, so guys, this was all what we are going to discuss in our next class based on transport in plants in coming weekend. So guys, I hope that you will all stay tuned and you will all join my class on time. So thank you so much guys, and we will and yes, stay tuned if you want this to be discussed in detail based on the chapter transport in plants. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.